Okay, so we can see I've done here. Made a nice solid weld all the way around. What I started out with was just taking the welding rod, getting it hot, using the soldering iron to push it into that mold, that crack, which I had opened up earlier with the soldering iron, not too much, didn't want to deform it, but just enough to where I could get some good molten plastic rod into there. Made it all the way around. Once I got that enforced, I just started going to town on the rest of it, getting it nice and globbed in there. So this looks pretty solid, but this is actually 3 different welds I've put into one. I got the 2 pieces here, and I got this seam that broke right here. Fixed them all individually. Then toward the end, since they're all so close together, I just conveniently molded them all into one piece to help reinforce it. So next step is we're going to weld 2 pieces, one onto here and another on the other side. Now you'll have to do a little forensic work with this kind of stuff, because in this case we got 2 parts. They look really similar, don't they? See how this part just doesn't fit. And you also want to look at how this part's going to connect to the other part, just so you don't put it on the wrong direction, don't put it on crooked or whatnot. So we know that part doesn't fit. You look at this part, and it may not be a crisp fit when you first look at it, because plastic does have a tendency to deform to some extent when it gets damaged. But this is our match. And the only step is you want to make sure that you put it on in the right direction. You don't put it on like that, like this. That'll go in the direction that's comfortable for the piece that screws into on the other side. So in this case, what we're going to do, since we've found our part, we're pretty sure of it, but we just want to make a mark so we don't forget, because it's easy to forget sometimes. So that'll come in handy later on. I got another mark on the other piece, just so we don't forget. Okay. Time for our model airplane glue. Just be careful not to get this in your eyes or on your skin. Don't need a lot really, just enough to hold it in place so you can operate on it. You want to hold it for about 20 seconds. If it breaks off, well, just try it again, put a little more glue on. Like I said, plastic tends to deform a little bit when it gets damaged. And that's catching really well. That'll make it much easier for us to weld together.